Breer for WorcesterScene.com. You're watching Laura's Worcester Dish. Today I'm in the kitchen of Pepper's Fine Foods Catering in Northborough, and with me is John Lawrence. Hi, John.
Hey, Laura. How you doing today?
Fantastic.
Great.
Today we're going to make a fabulous shrimp dish. Tell me about this.
Well, you know, the other day we were talking, and one thing I had mentioned that, you know, most people who, you know, if they don't call on us to do their catering and do their shrimp or whatever, they'll go buy a bag of shrimp and they'll follow the directions and they think they're going to have a great shrimp experience, you know.
I think I've done that.
And if you follow those directions, you will not. You will have a very hard, you know, chewy, overdone shrimp.
And I think I've done that too.
Yeah. So, you know, let's just talk today about how we could, you know, kind of, you know, bring up the flavor profile a little bit, and then just cook it a little less.
Less?
Less.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the expert. I will trust you. Okay. Lead the way.
All right. Well, you know, if you read the directions on here, it'll tell you to bring the water to the boil, and it might tell you to put some flavoring in the water, but most of the time it doesn't. It just tells you to boil the shrimp in water, you know.
Right.
And that's taking the shrimp that has some flavor, and you're putting it in water, and you're taking the flavor out. Perfectly boring, overcooked shrimp.
And then it gets nice and rubbery and no fun.
Yeah, no fun, you know.
Okay,
so,
I've had that.
You know, a key thing is to season your water. You know, in this case, you know, if we had some shrimp stock, well, great. It'd be great to poach it in
So
shrimp
season while
stock,
you're cooking as opposed to after you cook it.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense.
You know, so we have a pot of water that's boiling, whatever, and we're going to add a couple of ingredients. And I'm going to ask you to, you know, add in some celery and some scallion, what have you.
Okay.
And I'm going to put together a little cheesecloth mixture of some dried mustard seed, and I've got some bay leaf, a couple of pinches of clove in here. And what we do is we kind of make like a mini tea bag, only it's herbs and spices, if you will. Now the directions are going to tell you to bring the water to a boil. They're going to tell you to add the shrimp and add your flavorings, what have you, and then you're going to wait for the water to come to a boil one more time. Oh my God, your shrimp is already overdone. But they're not done. They're going to tell you to cook it for 1 to 3 minutes more. You know, you basically you're watching the shrimp. You know, right now, you know this is a white shrimp from Gulf of Mexico, what have you. It has the tail on, you know, which is kind of easy for dunking and getting your cocktail sauce, what have you. You know, but this is going to turn a nice pink, if you will, when we put it in the water.
Right.
Okay. And I actually want to take it out of the water before it even gets to a boil. Ideally, you want to have a good sized volume of water. You know, so you know if I had shrimp like this, you know, which probably 2 quarts of water. You know.
Okay.
If I had a bag like this, I'd probably be looking at 3 quarts of water, anyways, maybe even a gallon of water.
Okay.
Okay, because if you don't have much water, the frozen shrimp will cool the water down, and then you're waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come back up.
So in this case, we're just waiting until it gets pink. Is that what we should be looking for?
A little bit more than that. And actually, you know, what most of us chefs will do, we'll taste it. We'll pull one out, taste it. It's like, okay, it's not quite done. All right, give it another minute or so, you know.
Where would you say the cutoff is for doing it yourself? For like how many people?
I think it's probably in your own panic state of mind, you know. If it gets to the point where you're panicky, you probably should call in the
pros, huh?
Culinary forces, if you will. Yeah. And
I panic at 2 people.
All our events, you know, are planned, you know, in advance. There's a lot of lists and checklists and what have you. So, you know, you can certainly entertain at home, but maybe you have to plan it over a week's time. So you're doing some foods that you can, you know, do 3 days out, 2 days out, 1 day out, whatever. So it then becomes manageable, you know.
That makes sense.
You know, you want to do as fresh as possible, but there are things, you know, that like shrimp. To me, shrimp is so easy to do. I would do it on the day of. Once you
well, it seems really easy the way that you've explained it.
Yeah. Once you refrigerate the shrimp, like if you cook it today and you put it in the refrigerator overnight, it has now gotten a little chewier than it could have been. You know.
Good to know.
But if you have
so basically, the best texture, best flavor, and everything is the day of.
Yeah.
Good to know. Any last pieces of advice you can share with me?
Make the cocktail sauce a day ahead of time. You know?
Okay.
All right.
That's really good advice.
Okay.
Thank you very much, John. You can definitely check out John and all his wisdom. Check out his catering company at www.pepperscatering.com. Please sure to visit their website. They're very good and they've been around a long time. With 21 years now?
Almost 23.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
I've almost grown up.
Almost.
Yeah.
This is Laura Breer for WorcesterScene.com, and you're watching Laura's Worcester Dish. Thank you very much. I will see you next month.